percent to 3.439 billion. So that is about 5 billion US dollars. So the number of market entities exceeded 14,600, up 32.34% year on year, and driven the economy. So here we have number of 152,900 jobs. So 1 out of every 50 Wuhan people is eating sports food.
Wow.
So they have a livelihood in sport related.
You talked about the economy. And you talked about the snow and ice, the cultural center.
Yeah.
Do you know that? Have you heard of Top Golf?
Oh.
Yes.
You bet. Last year they settled. They had a branch in actually in
This
your
is
area,
the first.
Right?
This actually Wuhan is the first place that Top Golf has opened up in China.
Yeah, and they chose Wuhan in the center part of
and I believe
country.
it's I believe it's one of the largest. And so it's a brand that in Europe and also in America. And it's a wonderful place where you don't have to be a golfer, but you can go and learn, or you can just go play simple games of golfing or other games there. It's a great venue, but I thought that was pretty impressive that in all of China, Wuhan was their first choice.
Right, they look hard on Wuhan and my hometown. I'm so proud. And I think that remember in the interview, this gentleman from UK with a strong UK accent. So we look hot on Wuhan. So very nice that Wuhan is their first choice. Yeah. So in this exhibition hall, so as we mentioned earlier, you have VR time shuttle, you have drone football, we have National Open Tournament, the King of Esports, Valorant. So younger generation might know how popular this e-sport game is, together with pickleball and 20 other trendy sports. So very, very exciting events. So let's see. Now they are in Wuchang along the river side.
The river front.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you remember about this part of the area that when you run last year here, how did you feel?
So
this is almost 1/3, right? 1/3.
Yeah. So I always actually, Sarah, that's what I was getting ready to say. It's a beautiful run because you are going along the riverfront on the Wuchang side for a period, but you hit on a very important point there. I remember this part as being like a very long part of the overall race. And so I would say at this point, you've already passed the halfway point in the marathon. And so you are getting tired by this point, a little bit tired. And then you have such a long run here. So this is where, and you can see many of the spectators out today, this is where, actually that encouragement from people that come out and say, "Jayo, jayo." This is this is really helpful because this does start to feel like a long run, and your legs are just starting to think,
get a little bit sore. Yeah.
Not quite sore, but you're starting to like, wow, I've been running for a while.
Right. So so back to we talk about how they stimulate economy. You see people running and the people cheering on and support supply everything. So talking about so in 2024, the average direct economic benefits of the 7 leading events such as Shanghai Marathon will be 419 million yuan. And the indirect benefits and driving benefits are even more considerable. So in Wuhan, we look at we try to see how the cherry blossoming beautifully blended into the event. So which part of the cherries impressed you most when you ran last year, Steve?
Well, again, you don't run through the middle of Wuhan University, but you run kind of along part of Wuhan University and into the East Lake Park. And so, yes, I think, on the route that you take, I think that's probably one of the best views that you get right there on that side of it. So especially the elite runners are getting very close to where they're going to be able to see some of those beautiful views of the cherry blossoms.
So looking at this cheerful crowd and back to how Wuhan managed to achieve the gold within 9 years, we look at the elite runners we had this year. So again, so we have the best record maker. So this guy from Kenya, Ronald.
Kipelek, Korea,
he from Kenya. So with the record of 2 hours and 4 minutes and 22.
Wow,
That's
very impressive.
Very impressive. Almost made it to 2 hours. So perhaps 2 hours is not that far. So his record was made on the Berlin Marathon in 2023.
Wow.
And then we have another guy from also from Kenya, Solomon. His record is 2 hours and 5 minutes 42, made in the 2023 marathon in Shanghai.
Yes.
And then another guy from Kenya, so Josephat. He is record also from 2023 Berlin Marathon with a record of 2 hours and 5 minutes and 42 seconds. And next we have Kenya, Ethiopia. They're very impressive. And then we have He Jie, the guy who made the record in 2023 in Wuhan. But his best record is actually last year in Wuxi.
Yes.
So 2 hours and 6 minutes and 57. So we are excited to see what he will have for this year.
Today.
Yeah.
And again, Sarah, the temperature and out there today, I think we will see that it's good conditions. It's a little bit wet out there, but I think we can. The temperature means that I think we'll see the runners actually can run kind of at their peak performance. If it when the Wuhan Marathon first started out, they used to do it in the middle of April, so 1 month later. And so, as I think I mentioned, in 2018, it was a kind of warm event, and I remember, getting very, feeling very heated, and that does drain a lot of energy out of you. So I think you find at this temperature, athletes are able to do some of their best performance. So I'll be interested to see what the winning time is.
Right.
This year.
So here we can see He Jie. So this guy here.
Yes.
So from China. So we will see. Right now he has already 46 minutes. So
Yes.
we will see what he will make for today. Very exciting. So actually this year for Wuhan Marathon, we have altogether 33 elite runners from China from abroad. So 2 for, how to read that word, platinum.
Oh, platinum. Yes, platinum.
Thank you
Yes.
for educating me. Platinum, yeah. And gold.
It's a hard word, even
right.
for native English
so
speakers.
9 for the gold, and elite runners 14, and then other labels. So we have 8. So for the personal best records within 2 hours and 6 minutes, we have 6 altogether. They can run within 2 hours and 6 minutes. And the Wuhan Marathon record holder, so that's the guy John from Kenya.
Yes.
So he made the record of 2 hours and 9 minutes 13 seconds. So we're excited to see the defending champion what record will he present for this year? Yeah. Domestic wise, we have 7 elites. So We have 3 for the elite runners and 4 for the domestic elite runners. So male runners we have He Jie and Li Guoxiong and Yang Dinghong, and for female we have Bai Li, Ding Changqing, Wang Kaili, Li Chunxia. So they are the elite women runners for this year. Tell us about training. So, say for example, how did you pace for a full marathon, like 42 kilometers?
So yeah, I mentioned before, it's about 4 months. There's programs that you can look online, or you can get books that'll give you very good programs. But 16 to 18 weeks usually involved. It'll start out where you will do, normally runners will do what we call shorter runs during the week, and then on the weekend do a long run. But what you do in your long runs, you keep building up to longer distances, but after about going up in the distance for about 2 weeks, then you drop back to a shorter distance, and then you start to build up again. So it's constantly pushing it and then dropping back, pushing it and dropping back. But most training programs for a 42 kilometer full marathon distance will have you running somewhere around 30 to 33 kilometers as your longest run in training before the marathon. So that might surprise people that actually you don't have to practice doing a full marathon to run a full marathon. The longest run you need to do in your preparation is, like I said, about 30, 33 kilometers. It would be your longest run. And that's usually maybe about 3 weeks before the actual marathon. And then after that, you just back down. You run much shorter distances to let your legs rest and prepare. So, but it's really important to do stretching, because you are putting a lot of strain, and to pay attention. Twice, in fact, even 2018, as I was training here, I actually had an overuse kind of injury in my muscle, and so it took me a couple weeks to recover before I could go back to my regular training. So if you train too fast, too soon, you will get overuse injuries. So this is an important thing for especially people that are thinking about running a marathon. It's first check with your doctor before you do, but it's a safe thing. But you need to follow a good training program. Otherwise, you can injure yourself.
Yeah. That's good to know, because people had the idea that they step by step they build up the momentum of running. So, but according to your personal experience and probably experience from many senior runners, it's good that you keep the pace, but at the same time you stretch, you relax your muscles quite a bit to keep fit.
And you do have to take some days off, and if especially if you feel a lot of tension in your muscles and stretching doesn't relieve it, it is good to actually take a few days off. You will do better, and you'll be able to continue to train if you just pay attention to your body.
Yeah, right. So now they're running on the Shahu Bridge.
Yes.
So
I remember this. I remember this part very well.
Yeah, so you got a nice view as well, and you can see we have He Jie here.
Yes.
He is number 13. But the main leading group are the runners from I guess from Ethiopia and Kenya.
Yes.
Yeah. So why this places produce the best marathon? Because of their geography, or their?
I can't answer that, but my guess is that it's just probably an interest in the sport. They you'll find, some countries, like here in China, for example, I find people, both young and old, really like basketball. Right?
Yeah.
And so in Japan, we think of the NBA, we think of basketball as being kind of an American sport, but it's very popular here in China. And in Japan, also very good at baseball, right? But, we think of baseball being from America. So I think, for some reason, if a sport becomes popular in a place, then of course people work hard at it and there's good coaching. So I suspect that's what happens here is, running became a popular thing in some of these countries, and it was a good way to also be able to go see the world, because they're here in Wuhan, and not just Wuhan. I think you mentioned in Berlin, for one of the races, some of our elite runners. So it's a ticket to travel. That's what I call it.
Right. So on this very day, we have Bank of China Wuhan Marathon and Shaoxing, and but Shaoxing is half marathon, but we have Strami half marathon, Total Energy medium marathon. So this
Malaga.
So that is a full marathon, and Wuxi is a full marathon. So actually in spring, they have events also in Xiantao and Xianning and Qianjiang, the surrounding cities in Wuhan. Today, we see Wuhan Marathon, but in April 13, we have Xianning Marathon, and March the 30th, we have Xiantao Marathon, and Qianjiang is in April again, so April the 20th. So people teased about you have a Marathon Plus. So in Wuhan, the Marathon Plus cherry blossom, and of course we have Wuhan delicacies. But for Xianning specifically, they have a Marathon Plus hot spring. So you can have that.
So the hot spring is a nice place to go after you've run your marathon.
Right. So and Xiantao, so you have the very nice.
Now we see some of the women.
Some
of the women runners.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I always admire the women who can run marathon very much.
So yes, women, are very good athletes, and I got a funny story, Sarah. So when I was running in Xiamen in the marathon, actually she wasn't really by the rules allowed into the race, but there was a 5-year-old girl that was kind of popular in China at that time. I think this is back in maybe 2009, but she entered the race, and I got passed up by her. So
no kidding.
So yes, women are very competitive, and we can see from some of the times there, even the elite women were finishing their full marathon before I finished even half of the marathon. So, and then I got beat by a 5-year-old girl.
And talking about women, I remember the anecdote last year. It's a 52 or 53-year-old grandma pushing her kid for a good marathon experience, the first time in her life. And she said that I want to be a good role model for her to see. Oh, that's a very nice.
That is impressive too. It's enough just to run yourself, but to push even a small child, it takes extra energy. So that's very impressive.
Yeah. All right. So this is a lady from Kenya. So she hopefully she can finish the marathon.
Oh, and looks like we have Miss Ding.
You know her. That's great. Yeah, that's great. So she is said to be very competitive. Yeah. So Wang Kaili. So hopefully 2 hours and 27 minutes. Yeah. We'll see. I'm dreaming big about another record set for the event this year. Ding Changqing. So this lady, Ding Changqing. So hopefully 2 hours and 27 minutes.
Yeah. It looks like a Miss Wong also. Yeah. So yeah, you can see they are outpacing some of the men there. Yeah. So
yeah, way to go, ladies.
Yeah,
you can do it. So talking about this interesting anecdotes, so we have a very special guest this year. So he ran marathon last year, and together with his wife.
Oh yes, I think I know who you're going to tell us about. But go ahead.
No.
No.
Spell it. If you know who I'm talking about. We have
the Korean Consul General. Yes.
You got it. Yeah.
I had a good chance to travel with him last spring or summer, and his wife. Lovely people.
Oh.
And we did talk about running and the marathon. So
So actually, as a diplomat, he took it as a good publicity, right? The so-called public diplomacy. But very touching because this year our reporter got the opportunity to visit him in his lovely house. So where we saw how he and his wife prepared. As he shared that my wife is not very big on running marathon, but I try to nudge her with sweet encouragement, like you look thinner and more beautiful after running. So that is so are you going to say this to your beautiful wife Sandra to have her run together with you as well?
Oh well, she is very beautiful, but if you could get her to actually run a marathon, that would be quite the miracle. So she likes sports more like yoga.
Oh,
and so
okay.
I don't have the patience for
yoga.
sitting in poses. I have to be moving, but
okay.
Yeah. So
right.
So her ability to concentrate. Yes.
So
I remember
him.
we traveled together.
Right.
Yeah, very lovely couple, lovely people.
So I think that they have been very involved with so-called people-to-people exchange. So that's a very good pushing force for the China-Korea relation. So he also appreciated very much the fact that the people cheer him on because he started with half marathon and then he tried full marathon last year. Shared the same experience at a certain point. He felt not so easy, but people who give him high five, and he even said that we decided to have this high five as the V gesture for
Yes.
Yeah. So very lovely, and they say wife love hand embroidery, very delicate art. Yeah, and also he said that he's confident, and we hope this will be true as well, that the Wuhan Marathon will be one of the top in China. And also, just think about the fact that the ratio, 1 out of 10, not 10, you have to compete. Like, unfortunately, this year, you didn't have the the vision.
I think this is
lucky we have you here sitting with us.
Well, I think that number though, Sarah, really tells us a lot about how great of a marathon the Wuhan Marathon is.
Yeah.
To think about this, 450,000 people competed for 40,000. For only 15,000 full marathon. Positions, and then another, I believe, 15,000 on I think the 13 kilometer run, and 10,000 for the half marathon. But 40,000 positions and more than 11 times the number of people applied. So I of course, in one way was disappointed to not, be able to get in the marathon. But I also have to say, to know that so many people want in, and to know that I've been able to run 4 times, I'm glad other people get the chance, because it really is a beautiful run. There are other places, as you mentioned, to run marathons. And so I hope everyone that likes to run marathon gets a chance to do the Wuhan Marathon. So yeah.
And
I didn't mind giving up my spot.
oh,
I get to spend the day with you here instead. So that's
and with the audience or
and
the
I don't have to
viewers.
sweat so much.
Right, and then I have to share with you, Steve, since you have been around the city for so many years. So you talk about the infrastructure and everything. So something that is has grown or developed as fast as the marathon event is the high-speed rail construction.
Oh,
so
yes.
we have last year and also in the beginning month of this year. So like March 15th, we have Xiangyang Jiangmen high-speed railways starts laying tracks, which means that at the end of this year, it will be completed. Which means that when you travel from Xiangyang to Jinmen and vice versa, it will be just 20 minutes.
Amazing.
And also, China Railway Wuhan Bureau Group Co-Limited announced that the Wuhan to Wuhan loop,
Yes.
is about to be operating as early as the end of this year. So.
Wow.
The loop means that starting from Wuhan, you go to Yichang, Xiangyang, Jinmen, Xiaogan, Jinmen, Jinzhou, and Suizhou, Xiantao, Qianjiang, and Tianmen. Finally, come back to Wuhan. So.
And Tianmen is also a famous spot for a spa.
Right.
So you get a nice spa before you come back to Wuhan.
Right. And on this lovely loop, we have. Appearing the world's fastest high-speed rail, CR 450. Imagine that just within an hour you run 450 kilometers fast. So, which means that from Wuhan to Yichang, you just need 1 hour.
Yes. Yeah, it's amazing. I think about like going to Changsha or Yichang. You can get there or get from there to Wuhan sometimes faster than you can actually drive from Guangzhou to Hankou here in Wuhan.
Are you complaining about the
I'm not
inner
complaining.
city traffic?
Actually, I'm not complaining, Sarah. What I'm saying
I'm
is that
joking,
the fast trains are so incredibly fast that you can even come from another city,
Right.
almost faster than just going through even normal traffic, because Wuhan's a very big place. Something, I don't think everyone realizes this, but if you take all of Wuhan, everything that's the prefecture of Wuhan, did you know it's 11 times larger than all of Hong Kong?
No kidding.
Including the new territories. It's amazing. I mean, I almost had to take the map and draw a picture and then place it around in Wuhan just to actually believe it myself. But yes,
Oh,
that's how
gosh,
big it is. So when we talk about going from one place in Wuhan to the other,
yeah, that makes me feel much better because we're
Know
traveling.
that-
Because when I was traveling in Europe, got the feeling that am I traveling within Europe or one country?
Yes.
So it just one night, whoops, you are in another country. One night you are in another country. So that makes me feel much better.
Yeah, no, I remember, Sarah, when we first moved to Wuhan in 2006. There were the 2 main bridges we talked about earlier, the number 1, the number 2 bridge.
Yeah.
They were just getting ready to start building the first tunnel underneath, right? But at that time, there was only one. It was the light rail, the Qingwei, the light rail line number 1.
Yeah.
And it only went from the Huangpu station to the Zhongguan station. It was just a test station. Now I believe we got more than 17 subway.
Oh,
and
you bet.
Qingwei
I
lines.
have remarkable numbers to share with you then. But now we are at the East Lake.
Oh, beautiful.
So yeah,
Gorgeous.
Yeah, the like a picture, like heaven, like paradise.
And the clouds actually, I mean, it's nice to see it on a sunny day, but the clouds give it that kind of a mist, It reminds me, so of course, East Lake is, I believe, the biggest inland lake
You got it.
and
Yeah.
but if you've been to Hangzhou and been out of West Lake there, and sometimes with the mist over that, a very beautiful view. Same today when we just looked at that picture.
Yeah.
It looks like a painting actually.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So we are blessed with the so-called green pearl in the
Yes.
city, and actually this is the one of the most favorable part of the Wuhan
Yes.
Marathon running. Oh, so we have Hejie running here. So yeah, we'll see. And so we just talk about the fast speed rail connects the inner part of the surrounding cities with Wuhan. And we also connect very well and hopefully very well with the other parts of China. Say, for example, so on December the 26th last year, we have the 7.17-kilometer Qingchuan Tunnel of the Xi'an and Shiyan high-speed railway. So that makes a very lovely three triangle of Wuhan, Zhengzhou, and Xi'an. Because used to they have to travel all the way. Say if I want to go to the southern part of China, they have to via transit from Zhengzhou and Wuhan. But now with this high-speed railway, with this triangle, they save at least 1 hour cut short. So Wuhan to Xi'an. So now 2 hours and 2.5 hours you can travel from Wuhan to Xi'an. So which is very nice. And from there, of course, you jump. Oh, so this is the oh my! This gentleman just finished the
half
marathon. So this is the Songzhu Road is the final destination. You can see how stretched. But congratulations! So congratulations to you who have finished half marathon. And here, Wuhan University, said to be the most beautiful campus in China.
Yes, it is gorgeous. Very lovely.
So, according to the Wuhan National Space Master Plan 2021 to 2035, so Wuhan's urban positioning has been upgraded with the recently officially approved master plan. So, besides consolidating itself as a central city in central China, Wuhan has defined its new position as an international comprehensive transportation hub city, further highlighting its role on the global stage. So so another gentleman who just finished. Right. So this past Spring Festival, which was very eventful as well, because we made to the one of the sub venues of the 2024 Spring Festival Gala by CCTV, a big thing for my hometown, proudly. But at the same time, for ordinary people who celebrate the festival, we got to enjoy not only the local delicacy like lotus root with ribs and everything. We have biscuits from Belgium, beer from Germany, and chocolate from Russia.
Wow.
So how did that happen? I sit in my room without knowing, but there are all these things up and running around me in Wuhan and along the Belt and Road Initiative.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have China, Europe, freight, Wuhan, and we also have Yanglong port, and we have other facilities that well connected to Wuhan. Now we are not only just the thoroughfares of 9 provinces. Actually, we are all out.
Yeah, and even just in nearby Ezhou, I think one of the largest cargo and logistics airports.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just
Yeah, so let me read this for you. So since you brought up Hong Kong a couple of times. Early this year, we have train G885 took off from Wuhan Station, heading for the Hong Kong West Kowloon Railway Station. So first time, a high-speed train to Hong Kong. It's a direct run, and look at this.
And it goes right into Kowloon.
Exactly.
Yes, you don't
And
even
just,
stop at Shenzhen and change right into
So,
Kowloon.
yeah,
Very convenient.
4 hours and 33 minutes. The price very affordable for second class. So that is 768 yuan. So as you said, you don't have to travel up in the plane. You don't have to stop somewhere in the middle. You can just run right into the city. Also, we have the river transportation, since we are by the second longest river in the world.
Yes.
Third. So that is last year, with the Changjiang River Administration of Navigational Affairs (MOT) estimated that last year the ports along the trunk stream of the Yangtze River are expected to handle a record of 4.02 billion tons of cargo.
Wow.
So the cargo capacity of pilot ships is expected to reach 470 million tons, and the throughput of the Three Gorges hub is expected to achieve nearly 160 million tons. So for the first time, the annual Yangtze River cargo throughput is expected to exceed 4 billion tons.
That is an amazing number.
Yeah, so that makes the Yangtze River the first in the world's inland rivers. So with that capacity.
You know, this reminds me, I learned about the history of the famous dish you talked about earlier, hot dry noodles.
Yeah.
And did you know, maybe you already know this, Sarah, but did you know that hot dry noodles was actually a dish prepared for the cargo workers back in the you know,
right.
Maybe you know the story better and can tell us, but yeah, it was the back when it was very manual labor and not sitting in machines, and you know, the 1800s, 1900s, and probably well before, workers needed a lot of energy.
Right.
And so here in Wuhan, they came up with a dish that has a lot of calories. Unfortunately for me, it has a lot of calories. That's why I have to run the marathon. But it's such a delicious dish.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Actually, a time for our local delicacy, not only just the hot and dry noodles for the dock workers, but we also have hu tang fen, or the peppery soup noodles, a popular breakfast dish in central China, Wuhan. Originally a favorite of dock workers is thick, peppery soup made with fish bones and rice noodles.
Yes.
So it's a very fulfilling dish in the morning, as you say. Yeah. And besides hu tang fen and 热干面, I also have dou pi and very nice delicacy or famous street food, even liked by the UK Consular General.
Yes.
Yeah. He loved it.
Consul General McAllister. Yes.
Right, and he loved it, and he found a story that his grandpa used to come to Wuhan and enjoy it. So he felt there's a strange, mysterious connection between him and his grandpa about Wuhan.
Yes.
And he even learned to make it. And that's very nice. So yeah, that is encouraging. So
speaking of making things, my children, they grew up here and they went to the U.S. for university, and now they have jobs there. But every spring festival in the U.S., they gather their friends together and they make dumplings, you know, jiaozi, and they make other foods. And my second daughter this year, she made something special. She took the flower pepper, huajiao, and she added it to baijiu and let it sit for a month or two to infuse, and then served it, baijiu that had a huajiao in it for her friends. So yeah, they enjoyed it very much.
No kidding!
Yeah,
I dare not try it. It could be very hot.
Spicy.
Right. So yeah, next time bring it over. See, to your expat community to see how they like it. Okay. So back to the river, because they are coming close to.
Yes.
Yeah. We have last year a direct cargo ship loaded with raw materials produced by JEN in Indonesia arrived at Wuhan Yangluo port. so marking the successful opening of the international direct cargo. So this cut back on the time of transportation, so make it more convenient. So Yangluo Port is becoming more international in the international logistic network. And also a cargo ship departing from La Balta port in Indonesia. So that is actually Yangluo Port. We have so right now 5 international direct ship routes. Besides this one from Indonesia, we also have direct ship routes to Japan, South Korea, Russia, and Vietnam. And here I even read an article talking about how these traditional sectors like ports, they get smarter with 5G industrial internet. So so even though it's a very important port, supposedly you have a lot of people running around. Actually now, not so many people, but well arranged, very good, efficient place because thanks to the 5G industrial internet. So here we have the description that according to the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, MIIT, 5G plus industrial internet is a new infrastructure that integrates application model of industrial ecosystems into industrial sectors. So it leverages 5G and other advanced telecommunication technologies. So here at the Yangluo Port, this very smart facility help with the efficiency, making Yangluo Port a very promising logistic spot inside Wuhan, central China. So now let's talk about plane, which is supposedly faster. See, in Hubei, within 4 years, we have 30 airports constructed.
Wow.
Right. So the latest one would be Zhaoyang General Airport, officially approved. So very exciting. And Huahu, the one you mentioned about Ezhou International.
Yes.
Yeah. So last year we had 14 newly added. And we have a total 75 cargo routes, 24 international, 51 domestic. So we have a very nice air cargo network connecting Wuhan to China, rest part of China, and also from there to Asia, Europe, America, and Africa. So so that is about cargo. And for passengers, exciting thing is that last year we launched the China's C919 jet line. So that is self-developed.
Yes.
We had this very lovely nickname for it for Ajiao. So our reporter in the field had a in-person experience. Very comfortable, very the space-wise is very nice, very comfortable. You can stretch your legs,
nice.
and the well set up facility for you to charge your battery and to enjoy various kinds of entertaining programs. But now we have this very nice certificate as well, statistics as well. So from Shanghai to Wuhan, we have that important route. So for China Eastern Airlines, so we have for its launch, we have a conventional water salute ceremony here with 142 passengers on board. So this new regular commercial flight has made Wuhan the 8th Chinese city where China Eastern's C919 fleet is operated after Shanghai, Beijing, Chongqing, Chengdu of Sichuan province, and Xi'an of Shanxi province, and Guangzhou of Guangdong province, and Taiyuan of Shanxi province. So the debut flight to Wuhan was conducted by China Eastern Airline, and the passengers on board better enjoy the in-flight entertainment and blah blah blah. But the first global customer of C919, China Eastern has purchased a total of 105. Can think about it. So that's a very a strong capacity of flying for the China
Wow.
Eastern Airline.
That
So
is it's a large number of, I didn't
right,
realize
right.
that's a large
And
number of
then
airplanes.
this year, starting from Wuhan, we launched 3 more new routes. So from March the 30th, which is coming soon, the Civil Aviation Administration of China will implement the new summer and the autumn flight plan. So after change of season, China's Southern Airlines plans to execute more than 1,450 flights per week in Wuhan and more than 200 daily flights per day. So there will be 46 navigation points in Wuhan, including 7 international and regional, 39 domestic, and 55 routes. New domestic passenger aircraft to carry out Wuhan-Tianjin, Wuhan-Xiamen, and Wuhan-Xi'an and other routes. So different needs, different passengers come to Wuhan. We will guarantee your satisfaction.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so last year, Wuhan Tianhe International Airport logs 1,289 million entry and exit trips. So think about the huge number. So in central China, we had this very impressive increase. So about 121.77% increase year on year, and ranking first among all border ports in central China. So why did that happen, Steve?
The
The increase come from where? Because our government launched visa-free.
yes, yes, and so many countries are able to participate now in that. Yes,
Right, right. To be more specific, we have this visa-free policy now extended to. Used to we have 144, now it's 240. So that expanded quite time. And also inbound trips made by foreign visitors surged to more than 100,000. So skyrocketing by 200% increase. So mainly we have tourists from South Korea, Malaysia, United States, and Singapore. They are the main big four. And especially in this cherry blossom season, we see a surge of 160, 100% increase of tourists. Yeah, and because they fly, say for example, they fly in Wuhan, and because thanks to the high-speed rail, that could take them to different parts of Hubei and to other areas as well. So again, I have the number that so National Immigration Administration announced would fully relax and optimize the transit visa exemption policy. So immediately we have a surge in tourists. We have this funny video, which is very popular for a while last year. We have this internet carriages of Beijing-Wuhan high-speed rail are full of foreign passengers who looked relaxed and comfortable. So netizens feel that, oh, are we in Europe or are we in China? Because we have all
that
this,
is funny. All the
yeah, right. So according to what the tourist guides shared, so they come from Beijing to Wuhan, a city integrating history and modern. And we have, by the end of 2024, the Wuhan Tianhe Airport sees the number of tourists outbound to 128.9 million.
Wow.
Yeah, so about 10,000 from around the world. So we in Hubei, Information Office of Hubei Provincial People's Government, they announced that where you come to stay, originally it's 6 days, now extended to 10 days. So you can travel from Wuhan to other parts, like some of the favorite spots like Wudangshan and the Shenlongjia. Yeah, so
And
very
even 10
convenient.
days aren't enough to see all the beautiful places in Hubei.
Yeah, you can. Thanks for saying that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. So here we have very encouraging numbers. So within, like you said, within 240 hours, we have visitors from Russia, Brazil, UK, United States, Canada, altogether 54 nations. They can stay and travel within Hubei without worry about visa,
Getting a visa, yes.
and also even say exchange rate exchange becomes very convenient. Oh, now they are coming to almost the. I see. They finished 2/3 of the
Yes.
entire. They're getting close.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we're just seeing some very beautiful views of the East Lake. Just gorgeous.
And see here, we have. Oh gosh, this is the Yangtze River bridge.
Yes.
They're still running.
Well, these are half marathoners. Yes.
Yeah, it's nice to have your face, smiling face here, right? Isn't it?
Yes.
So, what if one day, I have a dream. I have a dream that one day I can run the marathon, the 13-kilometer
well, I
healthy
think
run.
you can. You know, sometimes people, you know, say to me, it's like, oh, I could never do that. And I say, you know, that's not really true. When you get to training, and what you find in, you know, I'm necessarily talking about the elite runners, but you know, the average person running, actually, you're usually running in a marathon or even half marathon. You're running at a pace where, just like we are today, having a conversation. So you just build up the distance, but actually, for your, you know, your heart and your lungs, it's very comfortable. It's not really. It's more so your legs that get tired, but it's actually, I think anyone can do it. It's just, you know, you had to put in the time for it, but you can do it.
All right.
Maybe next year. Maybe next year, Sarah. Maybe you and I can
run together. So who's going to host the show? Okay. Well, yeah. So talking about the impressive high speed of train and everything, we again. So like the China-Europe freight train. You know, because you come from the area, Wuhan Economic and Technological Development Zone.
Yes.
That area, we have Dongfeng New Energy vehicles. So we even developed a special route for the Dongfeng New Energy vehicles and spare parts. So they took off from there, passing the Alasanko and arriving in Hamburg, Germany. And also, so by train and water, they also made it to Sweden, Gothenburg. So let me tell you. So this is so-called whole process schedule plus distribution mode, connecting Wuhan and Europe very tightly.
Yes.
So far, the China-Europe Wuhan freight trains covering already Finland, Norway, Sweden, altogether 55 routes, 40 countries, 117 cities.
Wow.
So
That's impressive.
last year, China-Europe Wuhan rail trains recorded 1,008 trips, carrying 83,520 food equivalent units of container cargo. So the value will be 18.384 billion yuan. So out of total outbound trips stood at 514, ascending by 37.43% year on year. What does it mean to you as a foreigner sitting in the middle of, because it started like the eastern coastal cities are more developed because they have the sea, they have easy access to so-called the world. But now we, Wuhan in the middle, also have this access to the world. What does that say to you, Steve?
Well, yeah. So I like you mentioned, Sarah, and I tell this, to. So I think you know that I'm in American Chamber of Commerce, and so when companies come to look and see if they want to establish their business, and this is a point I always try to make to them is that Wuhan is actually a transportation hub, and but much more affordable than coastal cities, and you can get around to much of China very easily, maybe even more so than say if you're located in Shanghai. I myself am from Columbus, Ohio, and Columbus is also one of these distribution points in the United States. It's not on the coast, but it's where logistics companies like to go because it's I can't remember, almost like 2/3 of the continental United States population is inaccessible within a certain diameter or perimeter of Columbus, Ohio. And Wuhan reminds me of that kind of a city. It's a logistics place. It's it's the crossroad for much of the high-speed rail. So it's a great place to be. And as a foreigner or foreign investor in China, I think it's an affordable place.
See the beautiful guqin
Yes.
playing. It's a nice, very stimulating, right? Oh,
Yes.
beautiful lady playing the guqin. That's a cultural thing.
And I remember this part. I remember this part of the run right here, where we are. We're in the East Lake Park.
Right. And talking about guqin, so in that area, we also have a very popular destination for tourists. That is the Hubei Provincial Museum,
Yes.
where the chime bells and other treasures are housed. So this year they opened. So last year already they opened the North Hall. So make the place bigger. You can enjoy the 4 national treasures there. Do you happen to know what they are?
The 4.
Besides the the chime bells, they also have the sword. The Guojian sword,
okay.
and also the vase, the beautiful vase, and also the human skull.
Of like
云线,
yes.
So very precious in that area. So you talk about the. So I took the subway here this morning, very convenient. So actually last year Wuhan already ranked the 7th. In China, in terms of the mileage, I think the upcoming 12th metro line, the first loop, the subway line, is making good progress. We expect them to open next year, hopefully. So Wuhan. At this point, we have line 5 and the upcoming 12. They will be fully unmanned.
Oh wow!
Right. So
That's
this is the big thing in Wuhan, right? The faster developing of technology and science.
Yeah,
stuff,
like the taxis that with
the
driverless taxis.
Right.
Yes. I've gotten to ride in those a few times, and
no kidding. How did it feel?
Oh, it's a actually the first time you do it, it's just even a fun experience because it seems almost unbelievable. You keep looking.
Right. So,
I remember though when they first started showing up, they would show up like in the area that I live in, Sarah, in Zhuangkou. That's one of the first kind of test areas that they had. And when they first came out, I hadn't heard the news, but I saw a car go by with no driver. I'm like, what?
No kidding, yeah. No.
So, but
kidding.
they're very convenient. They
and also we have developed a map that within how many years, and you might travel, before your apartment, so you can, yeah. And then back to the let me see,
The
number
subway
9,
lines,
number 12. So in Wuhan, last year we have passenger volume as many as 14.57 which equals to 1 billion.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the passenger around. So the average distance would be 8.6 kilometers. So average time would be 37. So for each person. So in Wuhan, we are looking at a very convenient way of transportation. But imagine that now, besides down underground, we have something up in the air. So the low altitude economy. We have, it's amazing. So 2 days ago, I had this news talking about, so from Hankou, specifically the Jianghanguan, to the Tianhe International Airport will be 15 minutes. Can you imagine? 15 minutes you arrive at the Wuhan Tianhe.
That is
Right.
amazing.
And don't worry about the security. We have the world's first EH216S aerial vehicle with complete certificates. So your security is guaranteed. And besides that, so far we have 24 comprehensive coverage of the low altitude routes. For example, traveling from Wuhan to Wudang Mountain, now more convenient than ever. So we have Airbus services. So 24 low altitude flight routes, 8 passenger transport, and 16 drone operations. So very convenient. So they are for logistic, but at the same time for tour, like within along the Yangtze River, you can rise into the air to have a very nice bird view of the two rivers merging and also the 3 towns joining. So for passengers who want to travel within Hubei province, so you have Hannan and Wudang Mountain. You have this very convenient intercity connection. And Wudang Mountain, Jinzhou, you have another very convenient possibility. So 2 hours and a half, you can travel forward and backward.
Wow.
So within Wuhan, so 16 drone routes, so expanded applications in area tourism over Huabohui. So that's in your area as well, right?
Yes.
So specialized training in Hannan and the transition flights. And the logistics, so direct low altitude airport links Hankou Bay with China, Wuhan Cultural Exhibition and Convention Center, and Baima Market, along with a multitude of functional comprehensive logistic routing from Hankou North altitude and blah blah. So you can do all kinds of things, right? You can not only transfer goods, at the same time you can do advertisement, filming, surveying, spraying, all kinds of
like
things.
crop spraying. Yes.
Right. So we have all kinds of cutting edge technology on display. So we have a launch conference, showcase a range of groundbreaking products, multi-rotor drones, unmanned emergency command vehicles, very, very much needed next generation emergency command thing, and centimeter level mapping revolution. So, I'm so proud of the city that is really changing every day, because besides this, remember because they're coming to the East Lake area, they're there already, and the East Lake high tech development zone. The most famous internet celebrity there. Who is that, or which is that?
In the East Lake Development Zone, the most famous. Help me. I don't.
Of course, the monorail, suspended monorail.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
you know, I was over in Guangzhou and I've never ridden that, but last night I talked to some foreigners that had. They said it's very beautiful. Yeah, I need to get over there and do that.
Oh, please do, please
Yeah.
do. And I think that's.
It looks like it reminds me of like the train at the, like a Disney park, like Disney World Park, you know. So yeah,
and
that monorail. Yes, I've seen it from the air, but
yeah, very proud that we got our foreign ministry spokesperson. Not only one, but 2 or 3. They kind of advertised, no, soft promoting our monorail. They had the title that, do you happen to know the first flying subway?
yes,
Kind of flying subway, and also the science shines into reality. So we used to read it in the non-fictional books, right? So we talk about how science and technology will change our lives, but see, it's now become reality.
yes, yeah.
And getting close to that area, we also have this one of the 4 iconic sports events happening last year. Because we say in spring we have Wuhan Marathon.
Yeah.
In summer we have
Is it
river crossing.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
And in the fall we have Wuhan Open tennis.
Yes, the tennis, right.
And last year we have this very dear lady, Zheng Qingwen. She came back and played before because she spent growing up time in Wuhan from 8 to 13. She received a lot of training in Wuhan, and she had this brought back a very precious gift from the 2024 Paris Olympic. She had this gold medal.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So last year she came back, and because the Wuhan Open also makes a brilliant comeback after 4 years because
Yes.
of
I've been able to attend a couple the competitions, and yes, it's a very very
So Wuhan Open is one of the 3
beautiful.
highest level tennis tournaments.
Yes, very good
in
facilities,
China.
and yeah.
And last year we had 106 tournament matches and 120 world's top women's players, and of course we have our dear Queen Wing, and also world's second-ranked Arena Sabalenka, and we used to have the very popular American player Serena Williams.
Serena Williams, yes.
So coming. So, which make Wuhan Open an incredible tennis event around the world, and I'm so happy Zheng Qingwen made it to the runner-up, and hopefully next year she will break the record. So, in this area, we have a beautiful East Lake and very adorable animals in it. Which are?
Or is it I don't know. Are they squirrels? What?
Oh, okay. Yeah, lovely squirrels. Yes, something in the water. I say.
Oh, you mean in the water? Okay, yes.
In the water. Yeah, because we have. Okay, let me finish this up. Let me continue with the events first. So so besides the big 4, so in winter we have ice and snow. We have this Wuhan Ganlu Mountains Cultural and Creativity City events where you can see here, high level, okay, a host of high level ice and snow events, including the National Ski Open and the Asian Ice Skating Open. So this, you should go to this place, very, very exciting. And besides that, in close to your home, that is in Junshan area, Junshan New Town. So you have these racing cars. So experiencing the speed and the passion. So you have professional car drivers and also enthusiasts participating in the first F2 level international raceway. So that is exciting. And also, as you mentioned, the Top Golf. We have the all together around the world: Australia, Germany, Thailand, Dubai, over 100. But the first one in Wuhan, in China, and also in Jinmen, we have this exciting paragliding accuracy World Cup super final going on in Jinmen, and we have very exciting again in your area, 东风蒙氏科技. So that is Dongfeng Mengshi Automobile Technology First Asian Karate Youth Camp and
karate,
Championship.
yes.
Yeah, karate. Sorry, yeah. So, and last year, Hubei athletes made a very remarkable record in the Olympic event. So we have 13 athletes, and all together we have, diving and also tennis. We had the gold medals. So besides Wuhan Marathon, in that area we have Optics Valley Marathon. Very interesting that now they have more technical person because that area is the technology.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So
a
very
high-tech
exciting.
area.
So runner well-being, the marathon featured 26 also medical station and blah blah cheer station to guarantee the safety. But OVC marathon at this not at this time, but that area now they have gorgeous cherry blossoms as well, and so much so that they even issue invitation to all. He invite people to enjoy it. So look at this picture. You can see.
Yes.
So for the sake of this picture, the monorail. Suspended monorail. You have to go. You know, you have the cherry, you have the rail. Very, very exciting place. So yeah, in that area we also have Wuhan's most beautiful cherry blossom bus stop there. Dahuangchun. So while waiting for the bus, you can appreciate the cherries. So also because there are a lot of beautiful campuses in the area. So for example, this one, the Huangzhong Agricultural University. So you have this beautiful cherry blossom avenue. So you should go and enjoy the cherries around the city.
Yes, this is. Oh yeah, looks like trying to see where part. Oh, is these the half marathon?
Yeah, these are the
half
half
marathon.
Half
marathon. Well, they look happy there. They look happy. So I think the weather must be pretty comfortable for them to be running and feeling that energetic.
Oh, this guy we just saw waving at the camera. So you mentioned that you are in the Chamber of Commerce,
yes,
right? And you personally, I know that you venture some business
yes.
in Wuhan. So from your personal experience, Steve, so what is like the business atmosphere in Wuhan?
Well,
what's the pulse?
First of all, I got to say that, so you're right, Sarah. They have opened a couple businesses here, and but the thing that impresses me the most about opening business here in Wuhan is the support of the government, in whatever district you're working in, and even at the city level. When I opened our elder care, senior care business, there was great attention. The director for civil affairs for all of Wuhan came to our opening and also visited us. Again, and we weren't a big company, but there was, great interest and care in supporting foreign investment. And opening another business now, and the Chongqing area government people came out, and we're doing the decoration now in our restaurant, and they came out. The director himself came out to visit our site, and then also to assure us that they were there to support us and help us to get any of the permits that we needed, and really assist us in the process.
Right.
In fact, they came and they even showed us as foreigners how to even fill out the registration.
Wow,
so
wow.
great support here, and that's what I also emphasize to companies that look at Wuhan as a place to do business. I said, you get great government support here, as a foreign, particularly as a foreign investor. I think it's
okay.
great.
That's very encouraging, and actually now things are becoming more convenient. Like if an expat coming to work, we have this integrated card for you, so you have a work permit and your all kinds of information there, and you can even use it as a bank card.
Yes.
So make it more convenient, and I think that has a lot to do with the. Again, we emphasize Wuhan's new master plan as an international hub. Here, we talk about Wuhan as the 5 functions here. We have the city function as the central part of the economic center, science and innovation center, trade and logistics center, international exchange center, and also the shipping center.
I've got to tell you something, Sarah. It's something I kind of was interesting for me, and also says a lot about how well developed Wuhan is. Back in just a couple of years ago, a few years ago, I had some recently retired United States senators come to visit China.
Wow.
And they, so of course they visited Beijing and Shanghai, but they came to Wuhan, and as being in American Chamber of Commerce, they wanted to come and talk. Anyway, when I met with them at the hotel over the Chuhan walking street, they were staying at a hotel there, and they said they were, because this is the first time they had been particularly to Wuhan, but many of them, I think, even to China, but they were like, wow, Wuhan is such a developed place. The infrastructure is amazing. And so, yeah, it made me very proud, not only, just as I like to think of myself here as a citizen of Wuhan, but also even as an American. I think, I felt also proud that our people from our government could come here and just to see what a wonderful place this is and how well developed things are. And sometimes, that's not, if you haven't had a chance to visit, you don't always know those things. But yes, very proud of it.
Back then, back when I was still doing graduates in the States, talk about Wuhan. But then I talk about Lina, the tennis player. They say,
Lina,
okay,
yes.
Yeah. So and the Mulan, they have
the movie, yes,
the movie.
The movie.
And then of course Wuhan has more iconic things to trigger the association.
The symbols.
The symbols,
yes,
right.
I have for example, some nephews that like to play the drums. And
right. So for one thing, the suspended monorail, that's from Wuhan. And then we have this very popular Naja Second, the big show for China on the global stage this year, right? And Wuhan has important role in it. Because I have here, for example, we have companies in Wuhan participating in the innovation part. But before that, let me just try to throw out some other things about Wuhan, which make us really proud.
Oh, it looks like we're getting very close to the first finisher.
Yeah, indeed, because now it's already 41 kilometers. So
Yes,
just
1.1 kilometers to go, just
away.
past the 41 mark.
Yeah, and still it's 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Very
Yeah,
impressive.
the new record is about to happen. That's what makes me so excited. But more excited about this Global Innovation Index 2024 released by WIPO. Wuhan ranks 13 in the world and 5th in the National Science and Technology Innovation Cluster. And the Nature Index 2024 Science Cities, published by the Nature Index journals, Wuhan ranks 9th in the world and 5th in China. So, very, very impressive. And we have, let me see, Huawei Smart Industry Park in Hubei province inaugural kicked off, and Xiaomi, the first smartphone home appliances factory at the Optics Valley. So, because Wuhan has so many great privileged universities, and we have this outstanding alumni, so they all come back to invest in Wuhan, which is very nice. And we let me see. Hang on. Where's the news about? Oh, okay. This exciting thing for boys, especially Robo Master 2024 University Championship regional competition happened at the Optics Valley area, and the 6th generation of Apollo starts running in Wuhan. That's the driverless.
Yes.
Yeah. So it crossed the Yangtze River for the first time. And so ceremony marking the 10 million milestone that China's annual production of new energy vehicles. So this, I like the title, say from nothing to something big. So that's in your area. So you must know that. And OVC ranks 6th among national high-tech zones in China. Voya. Okay, Voya hosts brand launch event in Portugal. So they had this expansion, market expansion in Europe, which is very nice. And obviously, companies' Chinese seeds spread to over 30 countries. And yeah, here, how Wuhan is related. So here, animated blockbuster Ne Zha Second. Now it's running for, I think it's ranked 4 now. They are going to compete with the other famous movies, top movies. But Wuhan, so we have Hubei, Wuhan, so Manghe Science 科技. This team, they accepted the invitation from the director and become part of the team, the 4,000 people team. So they move everything there. They invested big into the, they move everybody there, and within half a month. Oh, there like he is!
He's ready to finish.
I think he is making a new record. He is making this within 2 hours and 8. Oh boy!
Wow!
So proud of him. He's, oh gosh. So proud of him, so proud of Wuhan, as Wuhan is presenting itself with a new record, Wuhan Marathon. Oh, he has given everything.
Amazing.
Okay, so right up is...
even the second and third runner is a very excellent time.
Oh, look at the commitment. Oh, congratulations. Way to go. So proud of you guys. Oh.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, I'm speechless. Oh my.
Very impressive.
Very impressive. Yeah. So you're running with Wuhan, and you're running with all these people who cheer you on. Oh.
Yes, this is great. This is great.
Oh gosh. Still, so okay, so that'll be 2 hours and 9. Okay, now 10 minutes. 10 minutes is still very impressive. Still very impressive. Yeah.
Again, I would not even be
half marathon
at the halfway point yet.
Oh, He Jie, Well, I hope you can hear us cheering on He. So you made it to 2 hours and 10. I think about 2 minutes earlier than your record in 2023.
Yeah.
Wow, He, I'm so proud of you.
You can see
Yeah,
I think he's
the
very
Chinese-
happy.
Uh-huh.
I think very happy with his
Uh-huh.
performance. I think
Right. Because I think that
look at the smile on his face.
Right. Oh gosh. Oh,
That
Chinese.
might be his personal best for him.
Wow. So, oh gosh, he's the first Chinese runner
Yes.
arriving at the finish line. So amazing. Okay, this is the lady
women's,
who's
yes.
So 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Let's see if we see
Let's see
a
if
marker,
we,
like a kilometer marker coming up. Maybe soon we can see exactly where she. Oh, she's 38.5 kilometers right now. So she's getting close.
Yeah, very close. Yeah. So what I want to say is that all this, science animation teams, they work together because they believe that unity is the strength. So they make it possible for the animation movie to hit the top 10 list of the world most popular movies in the world. So, Ding Changqing, she is okay. So her best record is 2 hours and 26, and right now is 2 hours and 30 seconds. So we'll see. I can see that she's pacing herself very well.
Yes. Yeah. And she looks like she's got plenty of energy. You know, still you can see her with that.
Yeah, and right.
You hear the jayo, jayo,
Jayo,
yes.
Right.
That is so encouraging. I can tell you.
And right in the middle of this Wuhan Marathon running event, we had a very huge scale conference of the 2025 Business Corporation and the Fortune 500 dialogue with Hubei. So it's a grand business event under the brand of Cherry Blossom Viewing. So it happened already and it's still going on. We have nearly 600 guests from around the world, and we have at this point 16 projects reaching 87.8 billion yuan, so which is about 1 billion US dollar.
Even more so.
10 billion US dollar contract happening. So, and at this point, in the first quarter, Hubei's economy maintains stable performance. We have the data show it's about 7.9% year-on-year increase. So on the national level,
7.9%. That's an impressive figure.
Yeah, that's especially about industries, and 2 percent points higher than the national level. So that is very good. Because we have a heavy industry sector, the manufacturer. So we have a new economy, low altitude economy, and technology, all these things. But at the same time, we have a very good portion of manufacturing industry, which is the corner, the foundation of our development. So, and during this month, we also have CIIE, the China International Import Expo in Hubei, launched. It has emphasized on deepening the introduction and also the double cycle of service. We have 5 Fortune Global 500 enterprises and well-known multinational companies, industry leaders, international business associations. They all come for this event. It's 6 specific sessions for the event, and last year, Wuhan also made the impressive record like China Academy of Urban Planning and Design. So we made it the top. We are the top. We were the top, okay, of the prosperity and vitality among Chinese cities in 2024. And in OVC, they had a very special window open for a foreign service consultation window yeah, for expats. And some of other software construction. For example, we have this Wuhan final of the fourth WHAC Cup International Commercial Arbitration moot. So we have good lawyers. They can help build a very healthy business environment. And also in the middle of 2024, we also have B&R IP Forum held. So Chinese and foreign guests, they participate in the forum. And also the annual conference on overseas Chinese pioneer and developing in China, Huachuanghui. So this last year they had the special target about the BRI. And so very nice. And last year we had a very marvelous increase in the international consumption, increased by 5.6%, 1.9 percentage higher than the national average. And in Chaidian district, they had the Wuhan Sino-German International Industrial Park Automobile Software and Ecology Conference and DCVA seminar. And also because last year was the 60th anniversary of the establishment of the diplomatic relations between China and Wuhan. China and France.
France, yes.
So the Sino International Auto Valley was granted open. So in Wuhan, we have a big presence of French enterprises, and they have invested a lot in the area where you reside. And I think that they also have an international French international school there, right?
Yeah, they program. So one of them, I think, is an integrated program in with also the American curriculum, and then I think there's another French school there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when we first moved into Wuhan in 2006. Very. The presence of the French companies and the French expats at the time, very, very great. So I think one of the largest of the expat or foreign groups here. Now, there are less, but that's because, Sarah, these companies, so many Chinese have worked abroad and have very good language skills, like your English skills, for instance.
Thank you. I'll take it as a compliment.
Companies send less foreigners over, and it makes a lot of sense. It's Chinese. No one understands the local culture and customs more than someone that was born and raised in China, right? So it's great to see the development and of the companies.
Yeah, and talking about that area. So last year also marked the 10th anniversary of the Eco City demonstration in that area. So we even have the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin. He posted photos praising the achievements of the Sino-French Wuhan Ecological Demonstration City. I'm quoting, over the past decade, the eco-city has evolved from a blueprint to reality. So here you can say an impressive example of green cooperation between China and France. So actually, as I mentioned earlier, along the East Lake, we have this CAS. Yeah, so they have a special sector for the special swimming animal in the Yangtze River, the porpoise. Right. So
the finless.
Right. So last year, the ambassador from Germany and France, they came to visit a newborn baby.
Wow.
That which was very lovely. So they look hard on Wuhan as the city. They want to develop all kinds of ecological developments, because Wuhan, in the middle reaches of the Yangtze River, has done a reasonably good job in conservation of the water, not only the animal-wise, but they also executed the fishing ban, and also annually, I think it's June the 6th, the fishing release day. They try to do little things step by step, try to recreate a very friendly environment for our lovely animals to stay. And I think that at a certain point, a spot along the Yangtze River in Hankou, they even have a spot where you can occasionally watch the finnish porpoise swimming. You can catch sight of this.
Oh, I would love to see that sometime.
Right. I can forward the link to you.
Yes,
so that is a very encouraging sign that we are doing something right about ecological.
I actually this year, Sarah, last year I should say, on July 13th, 3 days before the Yangtze
river crossing.
River crossing. I was in Shurian and doing the Han River swim. So that was a big event, and but I also think that, as you said, speaks a lot about the ecological, environmental care that's been done with the river systems here, because I remember, and this is not to say anything bad about Paris, but I remember there being a lot of concerns about the swim in the Seine River, right?
I read that article.
Yes,
yeah,
but
I think that lady in charge had to jump into the river herself.
The mayor of Paris.
That, okay, we are fine.
But I think it's a big testament to the environmental care of the rivers here in Hubei and Wuhan that. We can have such big swim events, and I certainly wasn't worried about getting in the Han River, and other than it was very cold, it was 16 degrees.
Oh no!
So, but once you got used to the water, of course, it was fun. It was a good event, and I'd like to do the Yangtze River crossing one day.
Please join us this year.
Yeah, so I would love to do that too. Oh, our good friend Jonathan Eisfeld did that.
Oh yes, before he returned to the States. Yes. Yeah, he jumped into the river, big splashes, but he was safely guarded with a group of friends.
So, and that's the one thing about the river swims. You actually have a little belt with a flotation device.
Yeah.
And so you felt very safe. The safety of these events is incredible. Just like the marathon here, so many medical workers you talked about being there, prepared in case anything happens, and AED devices. So that's one thing. Of course, we talked about raising our 3 children here. One thing we always tell people back in America, we always felt our children were safe here. China is very big on safety, and especially Wuhan, we always felt very comfortable and safe here.
Right. So we want to bring this beautiful, safe, fun Wuhan to the world.
Oh, here she comes.
There she comes, and she
amazing.
made it. Oh gosh,
that looks like a pretty good time. Also,
from Ethiopia. From Ethiopia, she made it to 2 hours and 24 minutes.
Yes.
Right.
Wow.
Oh gosh, here comes another.
I'm still not done with my half marathon. If I were running. Wow, impressive.
But Steve, honestly speaking, I would say that even though you are still half marathon, you still keep it up and is running, and that's the spirit.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
inspiring.
yes, and it is. Most everyone of the 40,000 people running today. Of course, they're not. Very few of them are actually elite. But as you said, it is. It is one of these things where it's about your own personal goals.
Okay,
and
you are
and it is such
it.
a fun event and something where you don't really have to. The only competitor is actually yourself. What do you want to do, and how much better do you want to do than you did last time? But above all, and I see this many times with the groups that run, even having fun, even stopping and just saying posing with together with another runner. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. It really it's fun to be a part of this event. I can say that.
Yeah.
And I tell you, one of my favorite things about finishing the marathon has always been that my wife Sandra will be waiting there with a beer for me when I get done. It's a good recovery drink. It really is.
Right, yeah. So here they are. I see the beautiful smile of the athletes, and they say, okay, if I finally finish up.
You can see the amusement park, the Happy Valley Park. So it's a great place to end.
So you mean you finish your marathon, you
ride the roller coaster. I don't think the park's open that day for the rides, but they do have a lot of exhibits and things that you can go see and participate when you get to the end. It's actually, and you can have a great meal there actually at the end.
Wow.
So it's a lovely finish. Probably, of all the marathons I've run in different places, this is the best finish, the most interesting finish.
Wow. Here comes another one. I can hardly imagine his he is okay.
He's got to be happy with that.
The gold medal, the silver, and the bronze. So here are the three top elite. Look at your smiles. Look at their accomplished at the Wuhan Marathon.
And here's our number
Whoa! Yeah. So you got the feeling that I am the king of the world. No.
And I'm impressed that after running that fast for that long, he was able to actually step under that big height.
Right.
Yeah.
So
here's the medal.
The
medal's being awarded.
Wow.
Lovely.
So, just for speculation's sake, you think these elite runners per year, how many games can they?
Oh, how many events? I don't know actually I don't really know the technical answer to that question, but I believe that this is like practically their full-time job. So I think they're probably going to events pretty regularly. I don't know if that's once a month or so, but most runners will need some time to fully recover after such an event. So I doubt that they're doing a major event next week, but but I would surprise me if they're not at least doing